Welcome. The Mount Hermon mystery. Did Sir Charles Warren find proof of the fallen angels? Welcome. I am Black Mirror Walker, aka Red Brick Bob. Today we're diving into one of the most enigmatic and captivating mysteries of the ancient world, Mount Hermon. Join us as we explore the intriguing theories surrounding this landmark, from its possible origins as a melted building, as we meltologists say, to its connections with an apocalyptic events for that matter. So get ready, but we know it was one massive one because we see the signature everywhere the same. So get ready for an exciting journey into the heart of this historical puzzle, and let's uncover the secrets of Mount Hermon together. The Mount Hermon mystery. Did Charles Warren find proof of fallen angels? I say, the idea that Sir Charles Warren found proof of fallen angels on Mount Hermon is not supported by historical or archaeological evidence. Not that archaeological evidence means anything, but anyways, nor historical. But anyways, Mount Hermon is a real mountain located on a border between Lebanon, Syria, and Israel. It has historical and religious significance in various cultures, including ancient Canaanite, Jewish, and Christian traditions. But there is no credible evidence to suggest that Sir Charles Warren or anyone else found proof of fallen angels there. Sir Charles Warren was a British Army officer and archaeologist who is best known for his involvement in the excavation, digging it up, like we've been saying in meltology, of various archaeological sites in the Middle East. Those are melted buildings, going after the energy buildings in the Middle East, including Jerusalem. He is not typically associated with the claims related to fallen angels or supernatural phenomena. The idea of fallen angels is primarily a religious belief found in certain branches of Christianity and other Abrahamic religions. According to these beliefs, fallen angels are angels who rebelled against God and were cast out of heaven. These beliefs are based on religious texts such as the Bible and are a matter of faith rather than historical or archaeological evidence. It's important to approach, or methodological for that matter, it's important to approach such claims with critical thinking and rely on credible historical and archaeological sources when evaluating the authenticity of any purported discoveries. Claims of finding proof of fallen angels or other supernatural beings are often based on speculation, myth, or pseudoscience rather than empirical evidence. Okay? So look up empirical evidence. They like to have big words that we need to use in our vocabulary, so it makes it sound like we're educated or something. But empirical, that just means doing the science behind it, if you will. So they could have just said, the facts and the science techniques. And the empirical evidence that we're going to show is, we're going to show you that what they're saying is not so, by showing you what that mountain is a melted building. So that kind of blows just about everything they have to say about that mountain and the timeline and everything right out of their hands and into the hands of meltologists who are rewriting history with this new science of meltology. So the story of Enoch's visit to Mount Hermon is part of a certain non-canonical text, specifically the Book of Enoch, known as 1 Enoch. In the Book of Enoch, Enoch visits Mount Hermon and encounters fallen angels who reveal secret knowledge to him. Okay, this is pre-flood. Okay, this is pre-flood, folks, before the melt. So he's looking at what we're calling mountains. It was just a building, so know that. It's considered a the Book of Enoch is considered a pseudepigraphical, meaning it is attributed to Enoch, but it's not included in the canonical books of the Hebrew Bible or most Christian Bibles. According to the Book of Enoch, Enoch's visit to Mount Hermon took place before the Great Flood. I already said. and the text does not specify a particular year or date. It is a narrative that is more mythological and symbolic in nature than a historical account with precise dating. The Book of Enoch is not considered a reliable historical or chronological source, and its dating and authorship are subjects of debate among scholars. It is generally believed to have been composed sometime between the 3rd century BC and the 1st century BC, but specific dating is challenging due to its complex textual history and the existence of multiple versions and fragments. In any case, the story of Enoch's visit to Mount Hermon is primarily a religious and mythological narrative found in certain ancient texts and is not treated as a historical event in mainstream scholarship. Mount Hermon is a mountain range. See, again, we're told this, and we're trying to enlighten you to this, that it's not. Okay, it's melted building. So Mount Hermon is a mountain range located at the intersection of borders of Lebanon and Syria and Israel. It is a prominent geographical feature in the region. Here are the approximate coordinates for Mount Hermon. For those you know, we won't read those, but right there, scroll slow, there's your latitude and longitude. You know, if you want to go look around there, Mount Hermon, use Google Earth and so forth. But please note that these coordinates represent a general location of Mount Hermon. Mount Hermon range itself covers a relatively large area. So blah blah blah. You can read that part. Anyway, the Catholic Church did not canonize the book for several reasons. So they say, this is including concerns about its authorship, content, and theological compatibility with the rest of the canonical scriptures. So, you know, authorship and authenticity. The authorship of the Book of Enoch is attributed to Enoch, a biblical figure mentioned in the book of Genesis. See, he's mentioned in the book of Genesis, but they got a whole book on him, and they ain't going to do that because he didn't write it, right? Anyway, however, the book is considered pseudepigraphical, meaning it is not believed to have been written in the biblical Enoch, but rather by an unknown author or authors centuries later. See, that's what I already assumed, so that's what they say. The lack of the direct authorship by recognized biblical figure was one reason for its exclusion from the canonical scriptures. Content and theology of the Book of Enoch contains a wide range of theological and cosmological ideas that differ significantly from the mainstream Jewish and Christian beliefs found in the canonical, I can't say that word for some reason, Old and New Testament. It includes descriptions of angelic beings, apocalyptic visions, and cosmological speculations that were not aligned with the theological framework of the time. The Catholic Church, like other Christian denominations, was cautious about including texts that presented such divergent ideas into the biblical canon. Okay? A lack of consistent recognition, the Book of Enoch was not universally recognized or accepted by early Christian communities. Different Christian traditions have varying lists of canonical books, and the Book of Enoch was not consistently included in these lists. The process of canonization involved careful consideration of a text's theological soundness, apostolic authority, and a widespread usage in Christian worship and teaching. The Book of Enoch did not meet these criteria for inclusion. So the historical contents, the process of canonization took place over several centuries and involved numerous councils and discussions with the early Christian church. Burning books, I say. During this process, certain texts were accepted as authoritative and canonized, if you will, while others were excluded. The Book of Enoch did not gain widespread acceptance as a canonized text in any major branch of Christianity. It's important to note that the Book of Enoch is considered important in some other religion traditions, such as certain Ethiopian Orthodox and Eritrean, I didn't look up that, but it was there, so I wrote it, Orthodox Christian churches, where it was part of their biblical canon. However, it remains non-canonized in the most mainstream Christian denominations, including the Catholic Church. So, in conclusion of what I said, I wrote, Red Brick Bob, I hold the belief that Mount Hermon may not be a natural mountain, but instead a melted building, possibly linked to an apocalyptic event. Yes, definitely linked, because it was a building and now we call it a mountain. Okay, so right there we did some empirical evidence right there, just by showing you that. But we're gonna show you some evidence. We're gonna go look around. So I also advocate for a deeper investigation of the Book of Enoch, using empirical evidence to explore its historical and theological significance. This perspective encourages a critical and evidence-based approach to understanding the mysteries surrounding Mount Hermon and the ancient texts that reference it. So anyway, so a little bit more, and I'm going to end with a poem. So one such place mentioned in the book is Mount Hermon. In the Book of Enoch, Mount Hermon is described as a location where the Watchers, a group of fallen angels, descended to earth and interacted with humanity. So this is pre-flood and pre-melt. So Mount Hermon is a real geographical location in the modern-day Middle East, located in the southern end of Anti-Lebanon mountain range, which, by what we're telling you, is a building range. See? Man mounted up, near the border between Lebanon, Syria, and Israel. The book associates it with the events involving the Watchers, making it a significant place within the context of the text. So I say, why wouldn't you canonize that book? Well, perhaps not on this time. We're not going to look into the book. It's a very lengthy book and so forth. Perhaps somebody there could read it and find, and maybe we could pull some more of meltology out of the Book of Enoch to see what's going down. So anyway, the poem, in Enoch's dreams, on the wings of light I soar to realms beyond where eagles evermore. Mount Hermon's peak, a beacon in the night, a sacred place where heavens touch earth's delight. Celestial choirs in rapturous array, their voices harmonize in mystic ballet. Seraphim and cherubim, they grace the skies. With wings of flame, they sing as stars arise. Amidst the cosmic tapestry they weave, a prophecy unfolds. Ancient as the eve, the Watchers' fallen secrets they unveil. In Enoch's visions, their forbidden tale. Ethereal wisdom hidden in the scroll, as moon and sun through endless ages roll. Enoch the seer, with eyes of mystic hue, reveals the mysteries both old and new. In every word a spell, a magic charm, enchanting hearts, protecting from all harm. The Book of Enoch, from the ages past, a treasure trove of wonders unsurpassed. As Enoch soars through heavens far and wide, in sacred verses secrets do reside. A timeless tale, in mystic prose, we find touch of magic to enchant the mind. Red Brick Bob. So, there it is. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take a walk over here. See how this is bumping here. Seems like everything's going good still. So we're going to bump over here. We did that. Let's see what we got going on here. Let me go close that for a minute. We have to get I don't know why that's stuck on there like that, but anyway. So, we wanted to get a browser open here. Let's get a browser open. Well, let's see how long we've been here already. 14 minutes? Okay, we're going to get a browser on and look at Mount Hermon here. So, here we go. Let's get this kind of straightened out a little bit better. We need it to look right. You know, we want it to look pretty. So, when we're filming and stuff of this here, for educational purpose, we're using this little here to show you some about Mount Hermon, and we'll stop as it's rolling, and we'll see what's going down. So here we go. So right after we play a little of this here, what we're going to do is we're going to open up a browser and look at some imagery from pictures of Mount Hermon in the area, and show you red bricks and that it's melted building, because that's what it is. Go look yourself. Go do a Google Earth. See the light. Okay, it's from Dagger's Den Presents. Here we go. He's going to present, and we're going to see what he has to say here. And for educational purposes, here we go.
Mount Hermon is a mountain range located in Israel. Its summit straddles the border between Syria and Lebanon, and at 2,814 meters above sea level. It is the highest point in Syria. On the top, in the United Nations buffer zone between Syrian and Israeli occupied territories, is the highest permanently manned UN position building in the world, known as the Hermon Hotel, located at the summit. The southern slopes of Mount Hermon extend to the Israeli-occupied portion of the Golan Heights, where there is currently a ski resort. It is located with a top elevation of 2,040 meters. A peak in this area, rising to 2,236 meters, is the highest elevation in Israeli-controlled territory. The mountain forms one of the greatest geographic resources of the area. Because of its height, it captures a great deal of precipitation in a very dry area of the world. Mount Hermon has a seasonal winter and spring snowfalls, which cover all three of its peaks for most of the year. As water melts from the snow-covered mountains,
You see it? You see the remnants of melted building right there? Look at that, folks. All melted building. Melted. Look at that. And what you see there is the water infrastructure of the melted building still working, folks. That's what's going on. That's what that is right there. Here, look at all over there. Just chunks of melted building everywhere. The debris was a pretty awesome melt, man. And go look up some of the structures that are all on this, what we call a mountain, because there was pockets of survival even here on this what they call mountain. It's all melted buildings, red bricks, man. It's just incredible. So I'll leave a link for the full video of this guy here. He could go watch it. I don't want to get no copyright strike or nothing like that. I'm just using it for educational purposes to get people to take a look. And we're going to open up a browser here when this video concludes. So we'll boot that live, and then we'll boot this video live and roll from there and look at some more image. I would open up a Google Earth and go there right now, but every time I do, I just have a problem and things start having to shut down. I need a newer computer, so just taxing one computer too hard. I ask it already to do too many things. So you'll see right there. Look, see, just incredible. Let's back that up again. Look at that again. Look at that, folks. See it? Back it up and see it again. Huh? Because those are the poignant pictures I want to show. Look, here. There's part of your mountain range. Melted building range, folks. Melted building range. And they keep areas in, compartmentalized where you can and can't go and what you can and can't see. And I tell you, all the mountains are melted buildings. And what you're looking at here is all melted buildings. If there's some angels buried there somewhere, well, I guess they're going to stay buried and ain't nobody found them yet. And I don't know if you'd be in such a hurry to want to find those angels, because they say after the trumpet blows, those angels will kill a third of mankind. So be careful what you ask for and what you go digging up. So, so anyway, that's what we got to say about the Mount Hermon story. We don't have no evidence of no angels that are there, but we haven't really did a very good search there. Go look up some of the life of Sir Charles Warren. We have Warren, Michigan here, so more of what people tell you, who he was. He was connected to to those who were writing the history and telling the narrative. And we tell you otherwise. He didn't come back and tell us, hey, that's a melted building. Yeah, I was in it and so forth. No, but you and I just looked at Mount Hermon with our eyes, the pocket of survival on that mountain and that mountain range, which today it's melted building range. So some didn't make it, and some pockets of survival did. And like there, another fine example. Perfect. So that's what we're trying to tell you in Meltology, and we just told you that's just another spot, Mount Hermon. And there, you see what he's got on him. Sign, sign, everywhere a sign. There's the neutral country again. Huh? There's the neutral country with their octagon. The Freemason police and so forth. So same song and dance. So more evidence from the Black Mirror Walker, Red Brick Bob. So maybe we'll just upload this and we just urge you on your own. Go open up a browser and take a look at Mount Hermon, and you tell me what it is. We told you what it is in Meltology, a melted building. So, have a beautiful day. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. And help to reshape and rewrite history. That's what I gotta say. Red bricks. Red bricks to y'all. Meltology.